What is up, nerds? It's me, your buddy, your pal, HeyArcher. Welcome back to my channel. I do want to I think at some point I'm going to change that to your channel versus my channel. Because I always say it's your channel more than my channel. Anyway, welcome back to HeyArcher. I did it again. I forgot to look up what episode we're on. First, I will say, I was sitting down and I've been working on a design for the next product launch. HeyArcher.com if you want to buy your own merch. Like the HeyArcher mug, the shirt, which I'm not wearing. I'm actually wearing my Uncle Funky shirt right now. But I was working on designs for the next launch. And I was like, hey, I've not done HeyArcher yet. I should probably do that. And alas, here we are. Why am I failing at this again? I fail at it again and again and again. Episode 155. 155 of HeyArcher. So, yeah, welcome. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment down below, subscribe. That's if you're on YouTube. But if you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, I think you want to hit subscribe there. I know on different ones it's like join or whatever, but do whatever you click on in order to get these automatic downloads. Leave a good review because then I know what you are enjoying. And I always encourage you to head over to YouTube if that's where you're not watching. Because on YouTube, I do have lots of more videos, especially HeyArcher Live, which comes out once a week. Here on HeyArcher, this is the podcast where it's just you and I talking versus in the live show. In HeyArcher Live, it's you interacting with other members of the nerd-affiliated group, as well as myself. But on the podcast, like I say, it's just kind of you and me talking. Shooting the shit, if you would. And, of course, HeyArcher is your channel, as I mentioned at the top. So whatever you want to talk about, hit me up on social media, HeyArcher across all platforms, except for TikTok, which I don't think exists anymore now, so I don't have to ever say that again. But HeyArcher on everything. But, of course, HeyArcher.com. You could always hit me up there. My email address is there. And, yeah, I like to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. But, yeah, I guess I'll finish on that thought. I am working on some new designs for the new launch. Our friend and homie, Bun, who, of course, designed my logo, which you all love, he hooked us up with a new one for the fall as well. It's going to be a fall launch. So there'll be, I don't want to say it's a new like logo. It's going to, it'll be on some stuff, but I think we're going to stick with the normal logo. But I do like the new design that he came up with, and that will be, be on some stuff. The issue I'm having is, as far as merchandise goes, is a lot of you, first of all, if you did buy the merch, thank you. It was a very successful launch. I've never done merch on my own before. And a lot of you supported more than I thought. So, again, forever in your debt. But the thing with the merch that you may have realized if you purchased is the shirts took a while to go out. And they still are taking a little while to go out. Everything else is going out fast. Things like the mugs, stickers. And according to Printful, which is the company that I use to make the merchandise, the non like fabric things are going out faster. So I'm kind of trying to work with that. The other part of it is at the moment they shut down you being able to upload new designs on things. You can only use existing designs because they're trying to catch up with their back order of shipments. So I'm going to say by the end of the month, first, and that's we're in July if you're listening to this in the future. So at the end of the month, so at the end of July, once I finish a couple of the new designs, I'm going to attempt to make them more printful. So I do want some shirts in the new launch. If they cannot do that, then I will have to go away from Printful to do it. I might still use them to do some of the merch, like, mugs and whatnot. But a lot of you actually, off the website, requested things like hats and bags. And since they're not taking new designs at the moment, I wouldn't be able to launch anything new, like a new type of hat or something. So, or not even new. I haven't done a hat yet. So, first of all, continue giving me feedback on things that you liked and didn't like or things that you want. But once we get to the end of July, if Printful cannot give us new product, then we'll have to go to different means. And I don't want to have to think about that at the moment. I hope Printful gets their stuff together by then. But in the meantime, I'm kind of preparing for the worst. I want to say I'm preparing for a worst case scenario. But it's been a fun summer so far. I can't believe we're already midway through July at this point. It's my birthday week. My birthday is on the 17th. So I won't be able to live stream on my birthday, I don't think, because we'll be having a cookout for that. And I don't think I'll be able to do it on Sunday. So I might do, the normal HeyArcher live on Thursday, the day before my birthday. But that will be like the birthday episode. I think that's just going to be the best way to do it. So if you get a chance, again, if you're not listening on YouTube, head over to youtube.com/HeyArcher and subscribe. Be a part of HeyArcher Live. It'll be the birthday edition on Friday. Or Thursday. We should do something cool. Maybe I should have some guests come on. That'd be fun, right? If you want to be a guest, hit me up. HeyArcher.com. My email's on there. And I think it'd actually be a lot of fun. I've not done that before. Had multiple guests not interact with each other. That'd be fun. I do have a guest lined up for this weekend. I think we'll do a normal HeyArcher for that, but if we get a chance to do it live, we'll do so. Somebody who's not been on the show before. So I'm really, really excited for that. And just a lot of things happening. A lot of things happening on this channel. A lot of things happening in my work life and my personal life. So it's really fun to just have things moving. Especially because 2020 has been kind of, I think a shit show doesn't even do it justice. But out of that, we have a lot of things going on. The way this channel even looks is different. So I always say, for fun, if you get a chance, go back, watch the older videos, and you'll see a lot has changed in the last couple of months. But something exciting happened today that, you know what, we'll end on good news. So let's do the stuff that's boring first. All right. So something that came up on HeyArcher Live this week, I didn't realize, when I do the show HeyArcher Live, and of course I want you to tell me if you've been enjoying it, but when I do a HeyArcher Live, I don't post the topics in advance. I make the post, I say, we're going live at this time, there's a countdown and all of that, but I don't list what the topic is. And on this week's show, if you were watching, I can't think of who it was at the moment, but somebody had mentioned in the comments during the show, I thought we were going to talk about nerdy cartoons or 80s cartoons and stuff like that. And at that point in the conversation, Lenny and I were talking about UFC 251. So I actually felt bad because I was part of HeyArcher, I like to think, and of course I want you to let me know what you expect on the show, but part of HeyArcher Live and just HeyArcher in general is I kind of cover a wide range of things. A lot of things I feel as an audience member, you probably let's say 1 out of the 5 or 3 out of the 10 or whatever of the wide range. So I like to cover a lot of different things because I want this channel to not just be one specific topic. I don't want this channel to just be Punisher, right? It's just a channel just on Punisher or something like that. So I think going forward, what I'm going to do with HeyArcher Live is I'm going to title it. Usually I do the title afterwards, but I think going forward, I'm going to do a title first, showing what the topics are supposed to be on HeyArcher Live. And then if at the end of the show, we kind of went awry or we rambled on, then we will, I'll change the title accordingly. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. Or maybe do you like coming to the show and not knowing what it's about? I'm not quite sure. Because again, I'm merely the content creator, but it's all of you who determine what I create. So going to the bad news of the week. UFC 251 happened. And that was what Lenny and I were talking about last week. And a lot of you expressed that not to say that you were all interested in the UFC, but I think a lot of you pay attention to certain things because I bring it up. And when I started this channel, I don't know if you know this, I don't know how long you've been listening to the channel, but when I started this, I wanted to mainly cover MMA, UFC, Bellator, that kind of thing. And I just got tired of it because MMA and the UFC had just I our relationship had kind of dried up. I want to say it got really repetitive. It's also, and to the point I'm going to make, it's also really hard to be a fan of the UFC and of MMA. To be a fan that you want to support it, I'll say. Because right now, you're looking on the screen here, UFC 251 was this weekend, and on paper or on the screen, like these were all fights I was excited to see from the top all the way up. And all that ended up happening was it was 2 a.m. and I was $65 down, and I was like, I just wasted an entire Saturday. Saturday night. And I've talked about this in the past, and I guess I forgot about it. It's an abusive relationship. I was like, no, things will be better. And it was not. Now, just briefly going through from the bottom up, Paige Van Zandt lost, which I expected to happen, but I don't think we didn't give any predictions aside from the main event, but Paige Van Zandt lost, whatever. Rose, the fight was good. Rose won via decision. Thought she deserved it. Aldo got destroyed following round 3. It shouldn't have gone past round. I mean, it deserved to go past round 4, but once we got to round 5, I mean, he was laying on the ground in a turtle position. Ref was just like, well, there was a meme online like the ref is like, well, he's still breathing, so he's still in the fight. But that fight went on way too long. Then we got to Volkanovski and Holloway, which a lot of us think Holloway got robbed of that. That also went decision. So now we are 1, 2, 3. We are 3 fights that went to the final rounds. Not decision because the Jose Aldo one, well, I'm going to say Jose Aldo went the distance because it went to 3 minutes into the 5th round. So now we're decision, almost decision. Now we're at like 1 a.m. rolling into Usman versus Masvidal and decision. Now, Lenny and I talked about this where the UFC would be better off if Usman lost, but we acknowledged that Usman probably would win. Usman's essentially now, I don't want to say he's GSPing it. Kind of did. He kind of did GSP it. Yeah. No, he worked, but it wasn't like Usman didn't put himself in a lot of danger, which, when you're talking about the sport and this being your job, yeah, you got to win. Like once you have the belt, it's not about we're not in that day and age anymore. Like I've talked about this before. We're not in the day and age anymore where people are fighting in the cage because they're like, I love getting punched in the face and I love punching other people in the face. We've long passed that. Now it's about the dollar. It's about money. It's about longevity, which makes sense because these fighters need to get paid. They need to support their families. I'm not taking any of that from them, but it's almost like the entertainment era has changed. Like we're so far into the entertainment era being the trash talk that the fights aren't as exciting anymore. And maybe that's just me. And maybe if I was watching this fight at 6 p.m. and it was free, I would have loved it when it was done. Maybe. At the present time, $65 in the hole to watch decisions all night, to watch the UFC stretch the fights. Like there was, like when Paige lost in the first round, I think the next fight didn't start for like 25 minutes. Like, come on. Like, we're not trying to fill an ESPN 2-hour slot here. This is pay-per-view. We're paying for this. Get to the point. And I know DC is coming up. Let's see. When is that one? Let's go back to you got a lot of fight nights coming up. Yeah, DC's in August. August 15th. Wow, there's a lot of fights in between. So DC's in August. 252. DC, Cormier, and then... Yeah, I don't care. I'm not paying for this. Like, there's no way. There's no way. It's, and I wrote on Twitter, I was like, it's 2020. It's 2020, and you're charging us $65 and making me wait until... They don't even have the time yet, so maybe they'll change that, but... No, it says it here. 10 p.m. It's on Fight Island. I don't care anymore. I don't, and I don't think a lot of people do. I really don't think a lot of people care that much where it's like, all right, I'm so down to stay up and watch this fight. And I feel like most people who do stay up and watch the fight, they're watching it legally. I don't think they're getting those buys like they want to. Because I don't know a single person who posted on social media that they were watching a fight that was watching it legally. Let me backtrack. I don't know a single person who bought the fight legally that does not get paid to comment on the fights. Like everybody I saw watching it that was like, you saw ESPN Plus on the screen or whatever, those were all like journalists or journos, if you would, from Green Street Hooligans. They were all journalists. Like everybody else was just streaming it on different websites or YouTube or Twitch or whatever. And I was like, I feel like a sucker paying for this. And I'm like, I got to stay awake now because I paid for it. But I just feel like it was a waste of money. It was a waste of my time. And that's now this 252 is going to suffer from that. I don't see this being a success at all. At all. Neither DC or Stipe are a draw unless John Jones is somewhere in this mix. Not a draw whatsoever. So, we'll see. I don't know. You tell me if you're going to watch this fight, because I'm not. I'll watch the replays maybe, but I'm not. $65, we're all set there. But let's jump to something exciting. Now we want to go to good news. Let me know, of course, if you do plan on watching the fights. Let me know if you did watch the fights. And tell me if you don't mind. Do you mind paying $65 for these? Like, would you be okay paying the $65 if it was like an earlier start time for you? Like, would that matter? We'll see. But it's funny though. Like, I'm complaining about a 10 a.m. or sorry, I'm complaining about a 10 p.m. start time, and then you have people in the UK who their start time, what is that? We're 5 hours now, so that's 3 a.m. start time. Like, I mean, I guess who am I? But maybe I would prefer that. Maybe I prefer, waking up at 5 a.m. to watch the main event to go back to sleep versus staying up all night until 2 a.m. or some stupid like that. But let's go over to StarWars.com, where they announced that Disney Plus has called for a Bad Batch series. Yes. So we have a Bad Batch series ordered from Lucasfilm, coming off Clone Wars, so hopefully it's the same animation. And it's going to premiere in 2021. The series follows elite and experimental clones of the Bad Batch, first introducing Clone Wars as they find their way in a rapidly changing galaxy in the immediate aftermath of the Clone Wars. So that is very exciting. I think I talked about that when the show ended. I was saying that they should do a Bad Batch show. I'm pretty sure I said they most likely would. It's nuts to me that they're not nuts. It's weird that they're staying in the Skywalker era, because I feel like Disney was trying so hard to leave the Skywalker era of Star Wars. They have like the movies coming out that take place like thousands of years in the past, if we're dealing in Skywalker lineage. And then the sequel trilogy was all about let the past die, Rey's starting the new line of Jedi kind of thing. And it seems like they're finally realizing that we don't want to see anything outside of Skywalker. Now, I do think at some point you will have to. There's only so much you can tell in that time frame. But at the moment, in an attempt to recover any kinds of losses they've had, I think it's great. Stay in the Skywalker lineage, the Skywalker time frame. Do more in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. And then at a certain point, do in between The Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi. And they've done some of it in the games already, but they can still take a lot of it and move that into animated, into live action, that kind of thing. So I'm happy for this. I still want some sort of Republic Commandos show, and maybe this is going to fill that void of what I wanted there, because the Republic Commandos were super dope characters when they had that game that came out. But I was excited when I saw this, that it's official. I hope Dave Filoni's involved. Let's see, did they even write that in here? All right, yes, executive produced by Dave Filoni. They got some of the Rebels people in here and Resistance too. I hope they stay away. I hope they don't make it too kiddie. Acknowledge that we all loved the adultness of the Bad Batch. The adultness of that last season of Clone Wars. I mean, except for that middle part of the season, and be sure to check out my 2-minute reviews on it, except for the middle part of that season, the beginning with the Bad Batch and the ending with Ahsoka and Maul were the best parts, and those weren't too kiddie at all. So do more of that. That'd be swell. That would be swell. But yeah, that wraps it up. That wraps up a fun episode. Thank you for being here. Thanks for listening. I hope that your weekend was good. I hope that your Monday was good, because at this point, by the time you listen to this, it might be Monday night or Tuesday when you're listening. HeyArcher Live will be on Thursday, the birthday edition. Time to be determined. And I did not do 2-minute reviews last week like I said I was going to. I will try my best to knock out a bunch of them this week. I'm way behind on the Stargirl reviews. I started watching The Orville. I don't know if any of you have seen that. I am so shocked at how good The Orville is. So shocked. So I might have to do some sort of review at a certain point in time for The Orville. The Boys is coming back. That trailer looked dope. We watched that over on Aaron Waller's channel. He did a trailer reaction to that. So I can't wait to review that. What else? How could I forget? I ordered some Chuck Taylors. We'll do an unboxing in the next couple weeks for that. They should arrive by my birthday. Ooh, maybe I'll unbox them live for HeyArcher Live on my birthday if they come in time. That'd be fun. I've not done a live unboxing before. Aaron did it on his channel, so we'll see. I didn't change my lights today. I just realized that. I hope you didn't mind. I changed them now. Anyway, HeyArcher.com for all your fun HeyArcher merch. Links to everything are on HeyArcher.com. I want you to tell me if you're enjoying the merch, if you're enjoying the shows, if you're liking one segment versus the other segment. I'm thinking keeping HeyArcher, the podcast, pretty short works out better for you and for me. But let me know if you agree with that. And I look forward to having you back next week here together. And I hope that you jump over to HeyArcher Live on Thursday. And, of course, check out all the stuff on the YouTube channel. Hit subscribe if you're over there. Hit the bell to get notified. But most importantly, I will talk to all you nerds in the next video or podcast or audibly. Peace sign. I'm holding the peace sign up right now if you're listening. Peace.